What's going on, guys? Got another video over here covering throws. Now, throws are very hard to deal with in this game. Yeah, they're very stressful. Just reacting to them, and you're even dealing with them when you do react to them is pretty difficult. So in this video, I'm gonna cover the 3 common times people like to go for throws. Now, this isn't like a video be like, oh, how to counter throws or whatever, because I've noticed that people are like saying, like, oh, you can counter this way, that way. This is for the most common times, meaning that, you know, people are not gonna go for a throw every single time after these 3 times, but these are the 3 most common times, meaning, like, you know, usually people like to go for throws in these situations. Okay. Now, even if you do make a good read on the throw, you still have to tech it or avoid it and punish, or, you know, whatever. So hopefully this video will help. So let's get started. So the first common time people like to go for throws is after they're down 1. Okay, and that's the most obvious because, you know, down ones, they leave the opponent at hit stun for a very long time. Your opponent might be anywhere. You might be at anywhere between +10 and +15. So when people hit you with a down 1, they like to go for a throw and get some easy damage. You know, and especially if they get a read that you're not teching your throws, you know, or you're not doing anything about it. So always be looking out for a throw after a down 1 on hit. I think it's almost it's like the most common thing to do after a down 1 on hit, especially amongst casual players. You know, they just love just, you know, and I do it a lot too. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm not saying I don't do it, you know, but it's very common. You know, it's pretty safe because you're +10 to +15. So in some situations they'll even jail. I don't know if Baraka's jails. It probably does. But it's very safe to just go for a throw after down 1 on hit. I mean, it's just very, you know, just safe. I mean, you know, just go for it. Alright, so that's the first common time people like to go for throws, and you should always be looking for it after a down 1. Okay. Now, the second common time people like to go for throws is after a jump in. Okay. As you can see by the frame data, you're anywhere between +6 and let's say right there, +10 right there. Depending on how deep your jump in is, +15 right there. Okay, so after jump ins are very plus in this game. All right. So generally people like to go for throws after plus frames, +12 right there. So you should be always looking for throws after you get jumped in. Like after someone jumps in on you, always be looking for a throw. It's very common amongst casual players, just like the down 1 on hit. You know, people, especially when people don't know the spacing game, they don't know how to, you know, walk their opponent down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just like to jump over and they just like to jump. The only way you know how to cover distance is a jump. I mean, it's very, very common. Alright, so if you ain't got your anti-airs on point, you're pretty much going to be eating a 50-50 every time. You know, so it's very important that you have the anti-airs on point, so you don't have to deal with that as much. But if you do get jumped in, always be looking out for somebody trying to throw you. Okay, it's very common. Alright. So I'm going to cover the third common time people like to go for throws, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of obvious, but not really. But the third obvious time people like to go for throws is after an up 3 on hit. Sure. Okay, that's very common. People like to go for throws after they do a wake-up attack. I mean, most notably the up 3, because, you know, it keeps them on the ground. You know, it's very common. It's common, but it's kind of cheeky in a way. It's kind of sneaky. But that, I mean, you should always be looking out for that because, as you can see, Shield Hill is +15 on block. So up threes are very plus if they hit you with it. You know, and it's just, you know, it's another move that's very plus on hit, and you know, it's very safe to just go for a throw, get some free damage. You know, it's something you just gotta be looking out for. It still catches me off guard. You know, it catches a lot of people off guard. You know, they're very plus right there. So you're gonna, I think in most situations in jails, you're gonna have to, like, you might have to walk a distance, but it's still pretty plus and it's still hard to deal with. So those are the three most common times people like to go for throws. You know, after a down one, after a jump in on block, and after a up three on hit. All right, so those are the three most common times you should be, like, have it in your head that your opponent might go for a throw, so you can always be ready for it. Okay. Round one. Fight. All right, you guys, I just wanted to show you a little replay of a player that I was playing against, who was throwing me in those three common times that I showed you that people like to go for throws. Mainly the up three on hit was the main two times he liked to go for throws. And I was able to punish him real hard for it, and I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, it's all about just adapting and noticing when your opponent likes to go for throws so you can deal with them a little better. So I'll just highlight the few times that he liked to go for them. Try to throw me right there. He liked to go for dash up throws too. That's something else you're gonna have to look out for, is people just dashing up trying to throw you. And as you can see right there, I do a throw after a jump in. So that just goes to show how common those three times, you know, those three times are. Okay.
Round two, fight.
He can turn that stream. Okay, so right there is when I noticed that that's where he likes to do his throws a lot, is after the up three on hit. So I you know, captured that in my head that, okay, after a down three, he likes to go for throw. Okay. So in this round, he actually does it again, and I make him pay for it. It's coming up. Right there. So I got to read that he liked to do it, and I made him pay real hard for that. 50% gone. He goes on a little bit of a comeback here, but all I really needed was just one opening to close out the round. He went for it again, another throw. And how fitting, I close it out by doing a jump in and a throw. So like I said, guys, it's all about just adapting. You know, you can deal with throws a little bit better if you're looking for them and pay attention to when your opponent likes to go for throws. So I hope this video helped anyone, and yeah, see you in the next one.